Hello, first-year freshmen and transfer students, and welcome to the Orfalea College of Business Academic Day. We're so excited to be speaking with you all.
Today, we'll talk about some resources within OCOB and how to really succeed in your first year at Cal Poly. So my name is Max Callan. I am a second year concentrating in finance from Walnut Creek, California in the East Bay, and I am a peer advisor and ambassador for the College of Business.
And my name is Carolyn Litster. I'm a third year from Sacramento, California, concentrating in information systems with a minor in music. And here in OCOB, I am a peer advisor and I'm involved in Delta Sigma Pi as well as the honors program. So we have a few different goals for you all today, and the first is to hear from our dean as well as our faculty keynote. We're going to talk a little bit about the importance of your network in OCOB and building those relationships, as well as diversity, equity, and inclusion and what the college is doing for that. And to talk about a little bit your network that you'll meet in OCOB, we have class sizes of roughly 40 to 60 students in every class. So although this is a virtual atmosphere, I hope from today you'll learn the importance of meeting new friends, although virtually.
And then we're going to learn about the College of Business. Just as a quick origin story, the College of Business is called Orfalea because Paul Orfalea donated $15 million in the year 2000, which is really unique because he actually didn't go to Cal Poly. He went to UCSB, our rivals, and he loved the learn by doing type of style teaching that we do at Cal Poly. And so then he made that donation, and now he's the namesake of our college.
And our third goal for you all today is to learn how to be academically successful in college. So you'll hear from our different speakers about that. You'll hear from us what our study habits are, learning what works best with your schedule, the importance of teamwork in OCOB, like I mentioned, building your network, and the emphasis on in the online environment, taking advantage of all of the OCOB resources that you'll hear about today.
And to kick this presentation off, we have a Dean's Welcome from our Dean, Al Liddicoat.
Hello, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Cal Poly and the Orfalea College of Business. I'd like to start by just congratulating on all of you on coming to Cal Poly and joining such a distinguished class of incoming students. Here at Cal Poly, we have a learn by doing educational experience and embrace all aspects of working with students, both in and out of the classroom, on projects, extracurricular activities. It should be a lot of fun and a great way to learn about your major and a lot of other disciplines. I'd like to also tell you that we've got excellent faculty and staff that are here to help you and that care deeply about your success, and feel free to engage with them as time permits and as you begin your studies at Cal Poly. Our faculty, our teachers and scholars, they engage in both teaching in the classroom and research, and often that work intertwines. You'll see them presenting some of their work in the classroom and having opportunities to engage with them in some of those projects. You'll have the opportunity to take leadership positions while here at Cal Poly and the Orfalea College of Business. You'll start getting opportunities to learn about some of those in Business 100 and Business 206 for our transfer students. We've got an excellent student services office that have a staff trained to help you, everything from advising and career support to just a place to go and get information and engage with some of the peer advisors. Here at the Orfalea College of Business, we have the highest graduation rates within Cal Poly and throughout the CSU, and it's something we're very proud of and continually working to improve. Not only do you all have to focus on your academic studies and academic pursuits, but it's really important to develop a peer network. So some students that you can work with on class projects, laboratories, study groups, just people you can count on to help as a support network while you're in town as well. This is your time to select classes that are of interest for you to get more in-depth experience and learning in some of these areas. I also suggest that you look for opportunities to engage in research if at all possible. Sometimes you can join faculty projects. Research might spark an interest that could lead to grad school or continued education once you're out of college. Finally, it wouldn't be balanced without fun things to do. I suggest that you engage in extracurricular activities. There's lots of clubs, organizations, intramural sports, you name it, all kinds of opportunities. This year will be delayed in getting started in all of those because of the COVID-19 situation, but plan that into your future here while you're with us at Cal Poly. One last thing to share with you is we have a very strong commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion here at Cal Poly. This is something both university-wide and within the college. And we are working on programs and committees to help us inform us in how to do this work better. Well, without hesitation, again, welcome to Cal Poly, welcome to the Orfalea College of Business, and I look forward to meeting you all when you're on campus and we're able to engage in person. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, Dean Lidicote, for that welcome. And now we can move on to some more information about OCOB. So in the Orfalea College of Business, we have three majors: business administration, economics, and industrial technology and packaging, with business administration being the largest by far.
So I know it looks overwhelming on this screen, but don't worry about taking notes or putting anything in writing, but you'll have time to explore our website as well as in Biz 100 and learn more about the different concentrations. So there's 10 concentrations that economics majors can choose from, and business majors can choose from 9 of them, excluding general economics, whereas the 2 concentrations for ITP are industrial technology or packaging. Your intro classes are built into your curriculum, so don't worry about trying to get a little taste of everything, because you will throughout your time in your first and second year. And you can always explore more information on our website or by coming into our virtual office.
Like Carolyn mentioned, it's very easy to get this information later, especially through classes like Biz 100, which you'll take in your first quarter at Cal Poly, where you can also explore the 7 minors that the College of Business offers. And then, like Carolyn mentioned as well, you can always come into the Orfalea Student Services office and online to email and learn more about any of these options.
So something else that we really wanted to bring to your attention today was how career readiness focused our college is. So we have dedicated career counselors in our pro staff like Travis Raynaud and Mallory Stoffel, who are here to better support you in your transition from OCOB into your career. So the Career Readiness Center provides students with comprehensive support and opportunities to gain those career-ready graduates. So they best prepare you to get that experience and knowledge for your internship or job that you so desire, whether that be through editing your resume, doing a mock interview, or just giving you that advice that you really need.
And then there's also early mentorship and leadership opportunities that are available to freshmen and transfers as well. There's the Aspire program, which you'll receive an email about sometime in the first 2 weeks of school, which is a peer mentor program where you can sign up to be paired with a upperclassman who can help you with anything that you need. You meet once a week to talk about either academics or life skills and how to best prepare for maybe interviews and careers as well. And then there's other leadership opportunities that you can start applying for in the winter, like peer advising, which both Carol and I are a part of, as well as ambassadors and career peer advisors, among other opportunities.
So on top of those early leadership opportunities, we want to stress that it's never too early to get involved. During my first quarter in OCOB, I got involved in the Women in Business Entry Engagement Program, where I gained an excellent mentor to help me out during my first quarter. I joined a lot of other clubs. I attended a few alumni roundtables, which is where an executive who is in our alumni network will come back to Cal Poly and talk in a Biz 100 class, and then come speak at a roundtable where any OCOB student can sign up for and hear about their career experience, as well as ask any questions that they may have. Another thing that I recommend about getting involved early is going to your professor's office hours to gain those experiences and build those relationships with your amazing professors, because all they want to do is give back to the students.
And then there's 2 main classes that we use to teach students more about OCOB and their careers. And the first one is Biz 100 for freshmen, which is orientation and college success, which you'll take your first quarter. And this is where you are paired with a advisor who will teach the class about what OCOB really stands for and what resources are available. There's 3 pillars that they try to teach in that class, which are career readiness, global mindset, and leadership. And you'll work collaboratively with students, and it's a great way to meet a bunch of new freshmen as well. And you'll also make a 4-year plan for your degree to make sure that you're going to graduate on time. And then there's also Biz 206, which is career readiness and professionalism. This class is not required to take your first year, but it's still a great option. I did it my second quarter at Cal Poly, and this is a very more career focused class where you'll create a LinkedIn, You'll submit a resume to be graded, and you'll even do a mock recorded interview. And this came in handy for me, especially because I had to apply for an internship later in the spring. And when I did it, they asked for me to do a recorded interview, which would have been way more scary if I hadn't already practiced one in my Biz 206 class.
So beyond Biz 206, there's also Biz 306, which builds on that foundation from Biz 206. It's more of a motivational class in terms of preparing for your career. This is one of my favorite classes I've taken at OCOB. The section that I took was taught by Dr. Rhonda Beeman, and this is something where I love to stress again the importance of building those relationships with your professors, because I got to know her through this class, and because of that, she is such a strong professor relationship that I have. So we want you all to know that the Orfalea College of Business has transitioned all of our resources to working virtually to best support you. So first and foremost, our first newsletter will go out this Friday, and it goes out every Tuesday in the morning after that. So it'll just update you on all of the different resources and happenings across the college. So all of our resources that have transitioned to being virtual are listed here on this screen. So first and foremost, academic advising. That's where Max and I work as peer advisors. We are here to assist you when it comes to drop-ins, one-on-one appointments, working with our pro staff. You can also email us or leave us a voicemail, but you can really come to us for all of your scheduling and academic needs, or when you need to fill out a form, or you have a policy-related question, or you just want to plan out your 4 years at Cal Poly. We're here to support you. Next, we have the Career Readiness Center, which I touched on a little bit before, but they're also working fully virtually, holding drop-in hours and virtual appointments to provide you with ample resources to navigate your career. So any type of job or interview that you're going into, whether it's an internship, full-time offer, just any kind of job, even here in SLO, they'll help you best prepare for your application and interview process.
Also, just to add on to the Career Readiness Center, there's also the Mustang Success Center, which freshmen you will be working with mostly. So maybe before coming to Orfalea Student Services with your question, feel free to contact Mustang Success Center first. And then we have the Multicultural Business Program, which is abbreviated MBP, which also stands for Matters, Belongs, and Persists. And this is an inclusive cohort that takes a class together each quarter, starting with Biz 100 and then Biz 206 and Ethnic Studies 112. And they also have special events as well. And then there's Ambassadors, which I am also a part of, where we are the external facing group for Cal Poly, where we give tours to prospective students, as you may have taken if you ever visited Cal Poly before enrolling, as well as touring executives as well, and then going to different schools and locations to advertise Cal Poly and the Orfalea College of Business and how great it is. And then, as I touched on earlier as well, there's the peer and alumni mentoring programs, which I was involved in. And then there's also the alumni one, which is a little bit different, where you can contact career services and they will set you up with a alumni either within 10 years of graduating Cal Poly or 10 years past graduating Cal Poly, and they will help you with whatever you need in terms of your career and become a mentor to you and meet at least once a month, which is a really unique opportunity for an incoming college student to have with someone who's so experienced.
So like I mentioned, that weekly newsletter will come out this Friday and then be released every Tuesday morning after that. It's so important to read these by every single week, just so you can gain that experience on what is actually happening in OCOB, especially virtually, to stay connected through the College of Business and gain that experience that you'll get here. So here at OCOB, we empower students to become leaders for their peers. And like our team of 25 peer advisors who are extensively trained to do curriculum advising for their peers to help students and meet graduation goals, they can provide a key insight into what the classes are really like since they've actually been through them themselves. And we have over 150 students serving leadership positions across mentoring, career advising, peer advising, and all across Orfalea Student Services alone. Based on this peer-to-peer model, we think it's the best way to support other students.
So there are over 300 clubs at Cal Poly, and there's 18 specifically that are affiliated with the Orfalea College of Business. As some that you can see on the screen right there, the American Marketing Association is one of them. Each concentration has their own club, and also most of them host their own special career fairs. So maybe you're interested in finance and you don't want to go to the giant general career fair at Cal Poly. I still recommend doing that, but there's also a specific finance career fair for you as well. One of the things that was really cool that I got to do with the clubs is I'm in the Finance Management Association, which is FMA, and we had Paul Orfalea, who I mentioned earlier, do a Zoom call with us spring quarter, and that was really unique because there were over 200 students on the call, and it was really cool to have that opportunity to meet with someone so special like that.
So, from my personal experience, I got involved in a lot of different clubs during my first quarter, whether that be through concentrations that I was interested in. I also got involved in the professional business fraternity, Delta Sigma Pi. I really found my niche here in OCOB, and now I'm the president of the chapter. So, I'm so excited to be talking with you all about the different clubs. So, the different clubs are a great way to find a family within OCOB, whether that be through people socially or finding friends who also have the same professional and academic goals as you do. So now we'll be hearing from Professor Ahmed Daif, who's the Associate Professor for ITP, talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion within OCOB.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmed Daif, and I'm an Associate Professor of Supply Chain Management. And I'm also the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, or DEI, as we refer to it, Faculty Fellow here at the College of Business. I'd like to welcome you to the College of Business and tell you a little bit more about our DEI commitment here at the college. So I know that my colleagues have definitely made it very clear that we do our best to prepare you guys to be the future business leaders, but to really be among those future leaders, you need to realize and acknowledge how diverse our society and our world are now. And also you need to be among those leaders to strive to be among the agents of inclusion and equity. These are becoming fundamental business skills, not just to make you better human beings, but also to make you better and more fit business leaders of the future. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are becoming more and more challenging topics these days. However, I'm also excited to say that here at the College of Business, we are doing a lot of work, and we are trying to give you guys a lot of opportunities to educate yourself and engage more and more in DEI events and activities. We have the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee that's comprised of faculty, staff, and students like you guys. And we have very active business clubs. All are trying to line up different events that will get you to know better about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and get you also more and more engaged in these kind of discussion. And again, it's DI is not just events to be attended or books to be read, although these are important things to do. But DEI is a state of mind, and it's something that you need to try to make it part of your DNA, as they say. And together here at the College of Business, we will try to really create that very friendly and positive diversity, equity, inclusion environment. Before I end my talk, I'd like to share with you what Jesse Jackson once said when he said that diversity and inclusion are not a matter of political correctness. Unfortunately, a lot of people try to put it this way, and this is a very superficial way to look at it. But he said diversity and inclusion are actually the way to grow and the means of growth of any country and any society. And here at the College of Business, we will try to grow together to be more diverse, better in equity, and more inclusive. So I'm really looking forward to meet each one of you, engage with each one of you in promoting our friendly, positive, open, diverse, and equal and inclusive environment here at the College of Business.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed Daif. We really appreciate our faculty who love to give back, especially talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion within OCOB. There are so many different opportunities to get involved and give back and gain that experience. So for example, Biz Council created a DEI committee, which I actually helped serve on, and we're actually creating a conference for all OCOB leaders to attend to gain those conversations and experience in diversity, equity, and inclusion within the College of Business. On top of that, it's really important to get to know your professors. So we're super grateful that Professor Daif came in to speak with us today. Like I said, I love gaining those relationships with professors, so I hope that you do the same.
And so now the fun part is now you can connect with us on social media, where it's actually really important So as you can see here, there's Instagram, Facebook, and even a virtual tour. The one I would emphasize the most is the Instagram, the Orfila Student Services one. We post updates on when there are big deadlines and a bunch of other news about OCOB. And that's the best place to find it because everyone's on Instagram. So please follow us there. And we're actually going to be watching the viewer count. So it better go up by as many viewers have seen this presentation.
And my favorite resource is the Academic Services website. So you can see the link at the top. You'll find all of the student services here, especially working virtually. You can find all of the Zoom links for drop-in hours, the Calendly links to make appointments. And on top of that, we have our personal information here. So if any of you have questions after this, you can email the College of Business advising email, or you can email our personal emails through Cal Poly, message us on LinkedIn. Any questions you may have, Max and I would just love to help. So thank you so much for listening to our presentation, and we are so excited for you all to begin your journey in OCOB.
Thank you. Welcome to OCOB.